on a very relevant topic, and we have a very wide range of participants. I was scrolling through, we already have 72 participants, and the persons in this webinar are very relevant in the sense we have social work persons, Ma'am Monica Singh, very dynamic and always ready for any cause relating to any social issue. We have MX Kajal Mangal Mukhiji. I have been interacting with her many times to tell the actual prejudice being faced by the community in the society. And we have Dr. Sumit Arora, Rajiv ji, and Vivek Trivedi ji, all persons who are members as well as office bearers of this Association of Professional Social Workers and Development Practitioners, who, besides their busy schedule, have taken this, I'll say, this particular platform and other important acts besides their actual official work wherever they are, they have involved themselves. So all the persons are here just to sensitize themselves, and as the title of today's webinar says, status quo of the transgender community. Status quo means nothing is moving. We are there only, though things have moved slightly, but in general, there is no attitudinal change in the members of the community. If we talk about it, even though we have two relevant and very important judgments in their favor from Honorable Supreme Court of India, but despite that, nothing has moved on the ground as such. So I'll begin with 2-3 quotes. I mean, Mr. Vivek and the co-speaker had mentioned gender identification. So I'd like to quote German thinker Johann Wolfgang Goethe, who said, "I am what I am, so take me as I am." This is the main issue. Nobody wants to take them as they are. Everybody is prejudiced and they are unable to accept them and understand their issues. Similarly, Arthur Schopenhauer said, "No one can escape from their individuality." So individuality or identity is the basic human right, I'll say, which is very relevant, but though we consider it for ourselves, but when we talk about the third gender, we somehow forget about their identity. When we are talking about ourselves or our family, we are very protective about our identity, but when we talk about this third community for which we have gathered here in this webinar, we forget about them, their rights. And Mr. Vivek had very rightly mentioned LGBT, but I like to go in slight detail in defining these terms, and as defined by a judge of Australian High Court, because we generally take LGBT community as such, but most of the persons in society don't understand the difference between each of these. So I'll begin in detail slightly later, but I'll first refer to the definition, the instructive definition given by Justice Michael Kirby, former judge of High Court of Australia, and this definition has also been quoted by Honorable Supreme Court of India in its Nalsa judgment. So he has defined homosexual as people of either gender who are attracted sexually, emotionally, and relationships to persons of the same sex. So homosexual means men attracted toward men and a female attracted toward female. I mean, one should understand these terms, only then we can do justice to today's talk. The next term being used quite often is bisexual. Bisexual means women who are attracted to both sexes as well as men who are attracted to both sexes. They don't have, I'll say, natural sexual attraction. As we say, opposite attracts each other. Bisexual are those persons who are attracted to both the sexes, that is, the gender to which they belong, as well as to the opposite sex, as the nature goes. The next term commonly used is lesbian. Lesbian, we generally refer this term to the females, women attracted toward women. Similarly, gay is a gender biased term relating to males. They are men who are attracted to men. Although this term is sometimes also used generically for all same-sex attracted persons, though it is wrong when we use the term gay, it generally refers to male attracted towards male. The next term, and I had referred to in my initial introduction also, that gender identity is the main issue. So Justice Michael Kirby has referred to gender identity as a phenomena distinct from sexual orientation, which refers to whether a person identifies as male or female. This identity may exist whether there is conformity or non-conformity. I mean, it's very relevant to understand these two terms. Conformity or non-conformity between their physical or biological or birth sex and their psychological sex, and the way they express it through physical characteristics, appearance, and conduct. That means, as a male, I may consider myself as a female. So I may be attracted towards a male only, though as my physical appearance, my biological appearance, and as my status in society, I'm a male, but I may consider myself a female from inside. That is gender identity. Then we have a term intersex. These are persons who are born with a chromosomal pattern or physical characteristics that do not clearly fall in one side or the other of a binary male-female line. They have biological issues. They have few characteristics in their physical appearance of males and few of females. So they have a biological issue. Then we have, generally we call all these combinedly as LGBT or LGBTIQ, meaning lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, intersex, and queer minorities. Queer is sometimes used to include the members of all the sexual minorities in general. And we also have a category of MSM, men who have sex with men, but generally they opt for this physical relationship by choice. It's not necessarily they are gay. So MSM is another subcategory, men having physical relationship with men, though they may not be termed as gay. So these were few terms which one should know and understand before we proceed further to today's topic. I'll also like to refer, though we are here and as the title says, the society is insensitive and doesn't realizes and cares to realize the trauma and agony and pain which the members of transgender community undergo. They also do not appreciate the feelings of the members of this community, especially of those whose mind and body disown their biological sex, those who have some deformity by birth. And I will just touch historical prospect also. If we go through our scriptures, holy texts, there is reference to transgender community and their positive acceptance by the society. There's a reference about the transgender community in the epic Ramayana, and it is mentioned, and I'm quoting it from the judgment of Honorable Supreme Court. All these have been mentioned there and have picked it from there. That means the Honorable Supreme Court has also referred to these historical facts which I am quoting. It has been mentioned that Lord Rama in the epic Ramayana, when leaving for the forest for 14-year Vanvas, he asked his followers by saying, men and women to return to the city. Among his followers were the persons from transgender community, or we can say Hijras alone, who didn't feel bound by this direction and decided to stay with him. And due to this devotion, Lord Rama sanctioned them the power to confer blessings on people on special occasions like childbirth, marriage, etc. And it is said that that is the origin of custom Badhai, for which generally the Hijras are presently known in today's set up. Similarly, there is a reference of the how this term Aravani is also a term used for transgenders, and its historical reference is in Mahabharata. And it is said that Aravan, the son of Arjuna and Naga Kanya, offered himself to be sacrificed to goddess Kali to ensure the victory of Pandavas in Kurukshetra war. And his only condition was that he wanted to spend his last night as a life in matrimony. Considering the fact that he was to die after that night, no female wanted to marry him. So Lord Krishna himself adopted avatar of a female as Mohini and married him for that cause. And so the transgender community or Hijras in Tamil Nadu consider themselves as Aravan, that is their Aravan as their progenitor, and called themselves Aravanis. So we have seen in the main two epics relating to Hindu, there is reference of this community. Similarly, there is reference in the Jain text also, though it is referred to as psychological sex. Again, they couldn't understand it as we are referring to these terms today. And even in Islamic world also, Hijras have played a major role. But subsequently, when the Britishers came to India, then we can say a slight downfall of this community started. Initially, they brought a law, Criminal Tribes Act, in which this third community was also referred to as a criminal tribe, and they were prosecuted without understanding their issues. And Section 377 IPC was also added, and in the particular section also, since it is having sexual relationships against the course of nature, they were the main persons against whom such cases were registered. So the main important thing, and all these issues have arisen, as I mentioned earlier also, that gender identity and sexual orientation are the main things which is not known to most of us, and we don't understand. And I was also not very clear on these terms, but I had interaction with MX Kajal Mangal Mukhiji and a few other transgender persons, Dhananjay, who are very active, proactive for their rights. And from them, I was able to understand this concept of gender identity and sexual orientation. It is the most fundamental aspect of life, which referred to as person's intrinsic or being male, female, or transgender or transsexual person. A person's sex is usually assigned at birth, but a relatively small group of persons may bond with bodies which incorporate both or certain aspects of both male and female physiologically, which I had mentioned as intersex, while I was mentioning the definition given by Justice Michael Kirby from Australian High Court. So we have a medical procedure prescribed for changing your sex, SRS, sex, well, I think a reformatory surgery, but still the problem remains. So there are few persons who may not want to go for this SRS surgery, considering that my body considers myself as female, so I should undergo a sex change operation. So this NALSA judgment has accepted this thing, and I'll refer to that subsequently. And the Honorable Supreme Court has admitted this fact that one should have a right to consider his or her gender as he feels, he or she or MX feels, without any medical test. We have talked, since we are here to talk about the rights about the third gender have been referred to in various United Nations conventions also, since today's program is also related to UN 75. So even the United Nations have been instrumental in advocating and protecting and promotion of rights of sexual minorities, including transgenders, and especially Article 16 and 17 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights 1966 deal with these rights. I'll not go in detail since we have lots of speakers. I'll just mention it. Similarly, even the Yogyakarta principles also ensure the right to all through the universal enjoyment of human rights, and it has been declared that human beings of all sexual orientations and gender identities are entitled to full enjoyment of these rights. Even right of life, privacy, right to treatment with humanity while in detention, protection from medical abuses, right to freedom and expressions have been ensured, and the governments have been directed to take necessary legislative, administrative, and other measures to ensure these rights in these UN conventions. Some of the countries came forward, they have made legislations in Western countries, but India somehow lagged behind. So after these two judgments, a bill has been passed by the parliament last year, but still it has not yet been notified in terms of the directions of Honorable Supreme Court of India and the Nalsa judgment. So now I'll refer to the directions given by Honorable Supreme Court of India when this problems being faced by this community were brought before the Honorable Supreme Court of India by the National Legal Services Authority, and detailed arguments were held, and all these medical issues, right issues were brought before the Honorable Supreme Court of India, and Honorable Supreme Court of India agreed with the contentions and that the third gender rights have to be recognized. And I'll just read out the operative part and which directions were given in favor of the third community, or we can say the transgender community, by the Honorable Supreme Court. Firstly, it was held that the Hijras units, apart from binary gender, be treated as third gender for safeguarding their rights provided under the Constitution and other laws. That is all, they shall be entitled to fundamental rights and all other statutory rights provided by various acts, either the central law or the state law. Similarly, as I had mentioned about the gender identity, so Honorable Supreme Court also held that a transgender has a right to decide their self-identified gender, either as male, female, or the third gender, which shall be accepted by the governments, and if directions were issued that all the forms, etc., should be changed, and just the option should not be given of mentioning yourself as male or female, and there should be option to mention yourself as third gender. And this thing is being complied with by the government presently. Further, as all of us is referred to, that they are not being considered equal by the society and are minorities and are suffering from prejudices. This fact was also admitted by the Honorable Supreme Court of India, and so a direction was given that steps should be taken to treat them as socially and educationally backward classes of citizens and extend all kind of reservations for admission in educational institutes as well as in jobs, as it was proved that they are backward in all ways and they need this statutory or legal support to bring themselves close to the majority in society. Similarly, certain directions were given to provide proper medical care, provide separate public toilets. The problems of fear, shame, gender dysphoria, social pressure, depression, suicidal tendencies should also be taken care of, and the SRS, the sex reformation surgery, should be legal, and one should not insist on these surgery or a certificate from the doctor before one declares once as MX or the third gender. And the governments were also directed to take steps and organize public awareness campaigns to make the general public aware about the transgenders and that they are also part and parcel of the society and should not be treated as untouchables. But as all of we are here, we know that these directions have by and large remained on papers. We ourselves are not very comfortable if we see any transgender talking to those persons, accepting them or making them our friends. And we have a general prejudice in our minds. We ask our kids also to remain away from if such children. I mean, right, this bias crops up right from school level. We promote our children not to accept them as they are different without explaining why they are different. Because we ourselves don't know what the issue is. But after this NALSA judgment, still a problem remained as due to their sexual orientation, physical problems, bisexual category, they couldn't have physical relation, and if they proceeded with physical relations, then Section 377 came in between. So another landmark judgment of Honorable Supreme Court of India, and that also by a constitutional bench of 5 judges, came in the year 2018, in which Section 377 IPC was struck down as far as it related to a consensual relationship between 2 adults, but it was specifically mentioned that it has to be a consensual relationship between 2 adults and it shall not be treated as being permitted against minor or forcibly or against animal, because that also, if one is having such physical relationship with animals, that is also against the order of nature. So this was also a very important step taken by Honorable Supreme Court of India, recognizing the problem being faced by the transgender community, and held that in this Navteej Singh Johar case. And I'll also like to mention that before concluding the judgment, in the second last para, I'll just read that para. Honorable Supreme Court of India also admitted that the society is very insensitive towards this third category or gender of transgenders, and it has been specifically written by Honorable Supreme Court of India in this constitutional bench judgment that that history owes and apologies to the members of this community and their families for the delay in providing redressal for the ignominy and ostracism they have suffered through the centuries as they were compelled to live a life full of fear of reprisal and persecution. This was on account of the ignorance of the majority to recognize that homosexuality is a completely natural condition, part of human sexuality. The LGBT persons deserve to live a life unshackled from the shadow of being unapprehended felons. So even on the judicial side, it has been accepted and specifically observed by a constitutional bench of Honorable Supreme Court of India that yes, the society owes an apology to our transgender fellows in the country or in the society that we have not been able to understand them properly. But despite these 2 judgments, the Parliament, though, has brought a legislation in the year 2019, but the same has not yet been notified. There are no official sensitization programs in schools or by the social welfare department where the government takes initiative to comply with the directions of Honorable Supreme Court of India in the NALSA judgment. Though various NGOs, as we are here together, ma'ams, Monica, through her Center of Social Rights, Mr. Vivek Trivedi, through their group, we as legal services authorities, we are having certain programs and we try to sensitize people, we ask transgender community to join with us in our various programs, make them join our programs, and our trying to bring them closer to society. But the attitude of the government is still very lukewarm. They are not coming forward in the way they should have. And after much persuasion, a transgender board has been formed in Chandigarh, but there have been very few meetings in which I am also ex officio member. And even though it has been observed that certain things should happen, but we are in zone 2020 is going bad due to COVID-19. Nothing positive has come from the administration side in the form of any social welfare schemes or providing reservation in admissions or jobs. So due to their own effort, the community has been able to persuade certain educational institutions to provide a separate toilet in their institutes, but there has not been a major shift in the thinking of persons even after these two judgments of Honorable Supreme Court of India. So I've already taken much time. So in the end, I'll just like to conclude by saying that we need to say with one voice that transgender people are valued, they are loved, they are us, and they desire to be treated fairly and equally. Thank you.
Motivating listening to your inaugural speech, sir. I would request you to keep with us in this event if time permits.
I'm here only. I'm with you only.
So your presence will be a great motivation for us, sir. Thank you very much once again, sir.
My pleasure, please.
Friends, now we have with us Dr. Monica. She is Associate Professor and Chairperson, Center for Social Work, Punjab University, Chandigarh. I'll request Dr. Monica to please give her address. Dr. Monica, please.
Thank you, Sumit. Sumit, there's a slight connection error. Whenever I try to switch on the video, my connection is getting lost. So please bear with me. I'll try to switch on the video towards the end because it's getting lost, the connection.
Yeah, ma'am, okay. It would be better. It would be better because if you will switch off your video, the voice will be audible. It will be clear. Yeah. Perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was really very enriching to hear Shri Mahavir ji. What an informative and exhaustive talk he gave. So a very good afternoon to all of you. It is a matter of great honor to be among highly distinguished panelists for today. Shri Mahavir Singh, an officer who needs no introduction, and I have had the honor to interact with him since the last 3 or 4 years at very reputed platform, and each meeting has been very informative and very fruitful. Apart from that, it is a pleasure for me to be here in this forum, to be a panelist among the distinguished speakers and guests for today. And my thanks to Dr. Sumit Arora for giving me an opportunity, Mr. Hitesh Gulati, Mr. Rajiv, and the whole APSW team. Apart from that, it is a real pleasure for me to be interacting here in this forum, and I extend my sincere thanks to Shri Vivek Trivedi, whom I have known for nearly a decade, and the zeal and enthusiasm with which he works is matchless. And apart from that, it is a real pleasure for me to have him as my research scholar. And I must mention that he has really been working very hard for his research also, and the topic on which he is working is also of a real concern in the times of today. So now coming back to the topic. So the topic for today is status quo of transgender community, issues, challenges, and the way forward. Okay, so despite the dramatic, we know that despite the dramatic progress of transgender movement in the last decade, which has resulted in greater public awareness and significant legal victories, transgender people, even today, they continue to face a lot of blatant discrimination, high levels of violence, and poor health outcomes. And these transgender people of color often face markedly worse health and economic outcomes, as basically they navigate multiple systems of oppression. They are stigmatized. There's a lot of stigma which is attached to the transgender community, and health is the first concern, where they have a lot of health issues. Then comes the economic disparity. To Transgenders bear a lot of economic consequences of discrimination, which include high rates of poverty and unemployment, and due to then also discrimination in education and homelessness. So all these factors, all these issues are a real concern for the transgender community. Then apart from this, the main issue which they face is the safety issue, because uh, the stigma has a lot of impact on their life, and safety is a big concern. They have frightening levels of physical violence which is meted out to them. Then brutal murders also we've heard of transgender women occurring with such alarming regularity, often with little response from the law, because many a times it just goes unnoticed. Then civil rights. Transgenders are also, apart from all these issues which I have mentioned, they are also, they are not given the civil rights, and they are also, because of this, the legal needs which should be met are also not there for them. Then when we see the people of this community, we feel that the problems which are faced by the transgenders have been brought to the notice of the government. And in the recent past, there have been a lot of forums where their issues, which are such as social stigma, lack of education, public health, then employment issues, oppression issues, then issues of various governments, etc., have been discussed. And there have been responses from various walks of life. Responses from various different areas, different arenas, and people from different walks of life, different stakeholders have come together to address these issues. And I was teaching my students of social work the topic on gender and development. So when I was addressing the topic on gender, I was uh, I was going on saying gender. It is not independent of men. It is not independent of men. And to my surprise, one of the students said, "Ma'am, we talk about gender, we talk about men and women. So what about the third category?" So I wanted to ignite that thing in the students, that yes, and it was a very good feeling which I had, that yes, the issue of transgenders, the status which they should be having, is being recognized. And we as social workers, I feel that the students of social work, or the students at the primary level, should be given an insight into the problems of transgenders, and awareness and sensitization needs to be brought to the civil society, to every individual. And basically the stigma has to go. Only then can the issues be solved. Health is a very big concern in the transgenders, and we as social workers contribute to the obstacles they face, and to try and see that how the students of social work, or we as social workers, can how we can take preventive measures to see that there is no the to eradicate their problems. So we, as a part of our social work curriculum, we it is mandatory for us to take our students for an orientation visits to the transgender dairas, and interact with them, to understand their problems, to create awareness, to find out the real issues which they are facing. And that basically the idea behind them, that is to that each student should get the feel that how they can contribute in their area, how they can take up their issues, how these problems can be encountered, and what sensitization and awareness they can pitch in uh, towards the society, and so that these people don't face stigma at every walk of life. And I have been to these Southeast Asian countries, and it is a very encouraging thing to see over there, that the transgenders are really accepted. The best makeup artists, the best what do you say, industrialists and all, they're all, many of them are the heads of these the transgender community heads. They are there as the heads of those organizations. So when I went to different malls, I used to see that the trans, and nobody has that stigma. They are accepted just like the other genders, and that is a very positive step. And when I traveled in the local transport, I saw the drivers were transgenders, the the ticket collectors were also there, and in every, even at the toll booths and all. So employment is no problem. So they are economically totally independent in these Southeast Asian countries. And I felt that in India we are so far behind, that we are talking about solving these problems. Women are not safe. So and the transgender community, like if, despite their efforts and despite so many people trying to pitch in, the government trying to pitch in, yet there is so much of stigma. Why is it? We talk about our country shining, we talk about development, we talk about modernization, but I feel it's really sad that the thought process of the people still has to undergo a lot of change, and it still needs to really transform. And people need to accept, people don't need to have a roving eye, that yes, or look again or look behind, that yes, oh, who was this. So because they are just amongst us, it's, they are a part of the society. So if that thought process is brought about, if that change is there, so I don't think that there is that day is far behind when they are
दीदी
accepted, and
यहाँ सही है
their
और मैं
problems are
बोल रही
totally
है
solved. And I feel the policy inclusion which needs to be the policies which are made, and the transgender bill which was passed, and the Shri Mahavir ji talked about the transgender board, and he also mentioned that very few meetings have been held. So I feel that more involvement, more active involvement is required. But it's a encouraging step that the transgender board has been formed. And also my first student was Dhananjay, was my first social work student of IGNOU, and he used to discuss with me a lot of issues which they had, and a lot of effort which he made, because he was the first student of PU who was a transgender. Now we have in human rights, we have in other departments also. So, and also he got the washroom made. And but I feel we have to have a multifactorial approach to address these issues, to reach a level where that stigma is totally erased. And for that, every aspect or every sphere or arena of every department, every personnel, everybody who matters in policy making, has to come forward, has to understand, has to go down to the grassroots level and address these issues. Only then this thing can be solved. The problem and the stigma can be erased from the society. And from our School of Social Work, we always feel our students, whichever way they can contribute to the development, to the upliftment, to creating sensitization and awareness, we are always there. And our students have a real passion to work with the transgender community, and we are, anything from our side is always a welcome step. And I in the end would just like to sum up by saying that until and unless we see all dimensions and everybody comes together, and only then can we achieve this, we can address the issues and problems. And for that, that stigma has to grow, has to go, and every sect and section of society must accept that they are just amongst us, and how we can help them. And in all spheres, like whether it's education, because education is a tool which empowers everybody. So I feel that first and foremost is their acceptance in education. Then in the economic sector, then skill based training and all etc can be given to them, so that they can start their own work, or go, if they are in the informal sector, wherever, whichever way they feel, so that stigma is not there and acceptability is there. Because we should not forget that everybody is one. And when we talk about gender, it is not just men and women, it is all genders included. So I feel that the day is not far that we can achieve this target. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking speech. It is always a pleasure listening to you. You have rightly pointed out that understanding the term gender is the need of the hour, and it would ignite a passion to know more about the third gender in particular. मैं आपका धन्यवाद करता हूं मैम कि आपने ऑडियंस को एड्रेस किया। साथियों, अब हमारे साथ हैं एमएक्स काजल मंगलमुखी। मैं गुजारिश करूंगा काजल मंगलमुखी जी से कि वो अपना जो पॉइंट है वो हम सबके बीच में रखें। काजल जी, ओवर टू यू। काजल जी, क्या आप हमें सुन पा रही हैं? Friends, I think due to some technical error, Kajal is not able to connect to us. Yes. I would request all the audience to have patience. We are just trying to connect to Kajal ji, and very soon she will be back with us. Friends, I think due to some technical error, she is not able to connect to us. We will listen to her in a short while, and in the meantime, we may open the house for the questions. We have with us Mr. Gautam Bhardwaj, independent lawyer from State Legal Services Authority, Chandigarh. And in case if we have questions related to the third gender or anything related to the social legal aspect of this particular community, we'll request you to please ask the questions. I hope till the time Kajal will be back with us.
एक बैंक की पासबुक की फोटोकॉपी, एक जो पैसे जमा करते हैं पर्ची चाहिए सिर्फ। आज आ सकते हो आप यहाँ नगर निगम के तो कुछ ना
I think we can request anyone who can connect. I think Gautam is there. Hanji, Gautam, please go ahead.
Gautam ji, I would request you to please put forth your viewpoint on the transgender community before we have the question answer session.
Sure, sir. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Gautam Bhardwaj from State Legal Services Authority and a member of this wonderful organization being headed by Mr. Vivek Trivedi. And today we are here to discuss about the issues regarding transgenders. So the learned member secretary he has enlightened us with all his thoughts and what all the Honorable Supreme Court has given, the rulings, the judgments, qua the rights towards the transgenders. And in fact, being on the field, like we are working, we have our own like paralegal volunteers like who are actually in the field, and during the process, when we are in the field, we come across so many of them in terms of the issues which are being raised time to time and which comes in front of us. So as we have our legal aid clinic in sector 26 Papudam colony, and we have a data over there as well, so we have visited that particular place. And in fact, after visiting that place, we just came to know that they do have many such kind of issues, but they have some kind of they are not that open to us. They are not that extrovert. They are very much introvert. And in fact, when we had a word with regard to their any of the problem which they are facing, and we are ready to solve their issues, be it regarding some kind of a pension or any other benefits being given by the concerned governments or the concerned departments, say like the social uh, uh, the social department of the UT administration. So they are very much reluctant, but we really need to sensitize this particular community because it is in need of an hour. Everyone has a right as per the constitution, their fundamental rights. They have their own fundamental duties as well, right? But and for this reason, even the high courts, the Supreme Courts, what all judgments they have given, they really need to work on themselves. We are ready to help them out anytime. We are ready to help them out, whatever the problem they are facing. Say like even if we have experienced like there are not as many as students in the schools also who are not like who are deprived of this particular fact that they are not going to schools even. So as per right to education, I think uh, even if we have students of this community, like at least they should go to schools, and we should encourage them for that reason as well. Like the student has already has a professional university. I know we are talking about MX Dhananjay, but at least the others should also come up. They should come forward, and they should begin from the school itself. When I tell you, like when I had gone to this data in Sector 26, I happened to experience one thing, that there was a child who was just born and was almost around, I think, around maybe a month old, probably. And the parents just left that child there only. They didn't keep that child with them at home. They just wanted, कि अब ये बच्चा ये ऐसा हो गया, and you please take care of this child. But we will be visiting here quite often as per our like availability. It was like that, but and we were like at least they should have really kept the child. And this is something like even the parents should be sensitized with this particular fact that like it is all by nature, and at least they should accept this thing. So for this reason, we have been trying our level best to cope up with such kind of situations, and we are hoping for the best results to come in the times to come. And let us hope our best and let us move together, because it is all about the humanity, what I believe. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Gautam ji, for enlightening us. Friends, we are trying to connect to Kajal Mangalmukhi, but it happens that she is out of the station. She's traveling presently, and because there has been a tragedy, a transgender has been murdered, and all the transgender community people who are known to them, they are traveling to that particular location. So I think it would be difficult for Kajal Mangalmukhi to connect with us. But I would like to share certain facts related to the transgender community, as I've been working with this particular community for last many years. They are basically very marginalized community and very vulnerable to the violence, and you know, because of the vulnerability, they are at the lower hierarchy of the society, and we often view them, on the streets. They are begging or they are asking for money. They are clapping, and they are making weird sounds, weird faces. Often we travel in the train and we see a lot of transgender community people. They are, begging there and they're asking people to, donate them. But friends, we all must understand that any person wearing the clothes of a woman is not a transgender. Trans means it's a proper procedure, SRS surgery, as Mahavir sir has also pointed out, that it is a sex reassignment surgery. After that, a male is, converted into a female, by, medical removal of the sexual organ, But we cannot identify if a man is wearing the clothes of a woman and he's begging, and whether the person is true transgender or not, because we see that there are a lot of transvestites, outside. They are basically men who are wearing the clothes of a woman, and they're just trying to look forward to earn some money out of begging or something. There's another thing that we all have to understand, that often these people, this third gender, have been the victim of patriotism towards, Okay, friends, we have Kajal right now with us. Fortunately, she has joined, and it will take a minute to get her in. She's on. Yes. काजल जी, क्या आप हमें सुन पा रही हैं? काजल जी, आपका माइक म्यूट पे है, अपना माइक अनम्यूट करिए।
जी
काजल जी, वेलकम।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू सो मच सर। एक्चुअली सम प्रॉब्लम्स हो गया था यहाँ इंटरनेट का।
जी। काजल जी, आप प्लीज अपना जो व्यू पॉइंट है आज ऑडियंस के आगे रखिए, और चाहते हैं कि आपके जो मुद्दे हैं, जो भी इश्यूज हैं, जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी फेस करता है, आज आप इस फोरम के माध्यम से वो चीज बाहर लेके आए।
हाँ जी, जो हमारा जो प्रॉब्लम्स, जो मेरा नहीं है, पूरे ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी का जो प्रॉब्लम्स जो फेस करते हैं, वो बहुत सारे हैं। बहुत सारे ये है कि जैसे एजुकेशन का ही है। एजुकेशन के साथ साथ उनका जो गुजारा किस बत्ता में होगा, गुजारा कैसा होगा। अगर हमने कई बैंक में भी चले जाते हैं या कहीं जाते हैं, जैसे हेल्प मांगने के लिए, लोन लेने के लिए, लोन प्रोसेस के लिए, तो वो कहते हैं कि तुम्हारे पास क्या इनकम सोर्स क्या है, और इनकम सोर्स क्या है, और इसके साथ साथ पूछते हैं कि तुम्हारा सैलरी सर्टिफिकेट दिखाओ। हम कहाँ से दिखाए बताए? कोई जॉब नहीं है, कोई कुछ नहीं है। और उसके साथ साथ तो अब जो बता रहे थे, जब मैं स्पेशली मैं बहुत बड़ी धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूँ विवेक त्रिवेदी सर को और सुमित सर को, ताकि मुझे इस अपॉर्चुनिटी में जोड़े हैं, मुझे दिए हैं इस अपॉर्चुनिटी। बहुत बड़ी बड़ी थैंक्स है। और रिसेंटली विवेक सर ने मुझे बहुत अच्छी तरह काउंसलिंग करके जो हमारा जो लाइसेंस दिलाए, जो ट्रांसजेंडर्स के लिए, जो स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स के लिए जो लाइसेंस दिलवाए, उसके साथ साथ भी जो कुछ हेल्प हो रहे, बहुत अच्छी तरह काम हो रहे। बट मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि इतनी जो होना चाहिए था उतना नहीं हो पा रही है। अगर वेलफेयर बोर्ड भी बना है हमारा चंडीगढ़ में, कम से कम 3-4 साल हो ही गए, 3 साल हो ही गए, मगर जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन जो होना चाहिए था वो वहां तक नहीं हो पाई है। अभी भी बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स फेस कर रहे ट्रांसजेंडर। उनके लिए शेल्टर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। शेल्टर के साथ साथ जो मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट जो है, SRS जो सेक्स रिसाइगमेंट सर्जरी का, वो भी सुविधा जो जल्दी से जल्दी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होना चाहिए, सुविधा मिलना चाहिए, चाहे कोई भी हो, सरकारी अस्पताल में हो या कोई भी जो सरकार ने जो नियमित किए हैं उस अस्पताल से हमें जो भी जो बेनिफिट है या स्कीम है मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट का, वो सब मिलना चाहिए। और उसके साथ साथ जो उनके कमाने की कोई ना कोई जरिया देना चाहिए। जॉब तो कहीं मिलते नहीं है। अगर ट्रांसजेंडर जैसे अपने रूप में जाते या फीमेल ड्रेस में तो रहते ट्रांसजेंडर, तो गए तो अजीब सी फील करते हैं। कोई कंपनी से कहते कि कंपटीशन पैदा हो जाते कि उस कंपनी ने नहीं रखा तो हमने क्यों रखे। तो इसके लिए मजबूर हो रहे ट्रांसजेंडर्स भीख मांगने के लिए या प्रोस्टिट्यूट करने के लिए, या ये किन्नर समाज में हमें भर्ती कर लो। बहुत सारे ऐसे ट्रांसजेंडर्स है मेरे पास जो पढ़े लिखे होके MA MCOM BA BCom पढ़ के भी, सब कुछ करके भी उनके पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, उनके पास रिकॉर्ड है, सब कुछ डिग्री होके भी वो बधाई पे नाचने के लिए मजबूर हो रहे। ऐसे क्यों? अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हमारे हर राइट्स के लिए जो भी जो काम कर रहे हैं, या उन्होंने ट्रांसजेंडर 19 में जो बहुत सारे हमें राइट्स बताया गया, तो उसके नाते तो अभी तक कोई इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं हो पाया। अगर एग्जाम्पल में ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि एक एक स्टेट में भी कोई 10-10 भी अगर ट्रांसजेंडर बता दीजिएगा मुझे जो वो जॉब कर रहे, उस कंपनी में कर रहे, या सरकारी जॉब नौकरी तो मिलते नहीं, तो चलो रिजर्वेशन तो होना चाहिए किन्नरों को भी, ट्रांसजेंडर्स को रिजर्वेशन नहीं हो तो चलो कोई प्राइवेट कंपनी में कोई 10-10 भी अगर दिखा दो, कोई कंपनी में काम कर रहे या कोई और कहीं जैसे प्राइवेट जॉब कर रहे, कहीं भी नहीं कर पाते, ताकि बहुत मुश्किल है। तो कोई भी अजीब सी फील करते हैं कि हम क्यों दे ट्रांसजेंडर्स को जॉब। ताकि मैं चाहती हूँ कि सब खुल के अपना ट्रांसजेंडर को सपोर्ट करना चाहिए, उनको समझना चाहिए, ताकि अगर वो सपोर्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे तो फिर वही की वही रह जाएंगे ट्रांसजेंडर, वही पिछले जैसे पिछली जिंदगी जैसे थे ऐसे के वैसे रह जाएंगे। मगर मैं ये भी चाहती हूँ कि जो ट्रांसजेंडर राइट्स की जो अभी 2019 में राइट्स की में 2019 ट्रांसजेंडर राइट्स में ये कहा गया था कि जो नेशनल ट्रांसजेंडर काउंसिल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, इसके लिए हर स्टेट में से एक एक ट्रांसजेंडर को रिप्रेजेंटेटिव किया जाए। मगर रिसेंटली उसका जो हमें सुनने में आया कि सिर्फ 8 या 9 ट्रांसजेंडर्स को ही उन्होंने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव किया है। कोई नॉर्थ के लिए, कोई वेस्ट के लिए, कोई ईस्ट के लिए, कोई साउथ के लिए। तो ऐसे क्यों? एक एक स्टेट में भी क्यों नहीं किया गया? बहुत सारे ऐसे ट्रांसजेंडर एक्टिविस्ट है जो बहुत सालों से ट्रांसजेंडर एक्टिविस्ट काम कर रहे हैं, सोशल वर्कर कर रहे हैं, ट्रांसजेंडर राइट्स के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, उनको रिप्रेजेंटेटिव क्यों नहीं किया गया? इसमें भी अपनी मर्जी आ जाती है। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहती हूँ कि एम्पावरमेंट जो मिनिस्टर है हमारा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से, तारक चंद गहलोत, उन्होंने अपना से 8 और 9 ट्रांसजेंडर्स को इन्होंने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव किए हैं, और उसमें भी कुछ लोग ट्रांसजेंडर है नहीं। तो ऐसे भेदभाव क्यों? है ना? अगर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव किया है, अगर काउंसिल के लिए, अगर इसके लिए किया है, तो जल्दी से जल्दी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होना चाहिए ट्रांसजेंडर राइट्स का, ताकि मेन स्ट्रीम में लाना है हमें उन लोगों को, ट्रांसजेंडर्स को। हमें मेल और फीमेल उसके साथ साथ हमें ट्रांसजेंडर्स को भी हर इसमें, चाहे वो खेल हो या वो बिजनेस में हो या कोई कंपनीज में हो या कोई जॉब में हो या कोई भी हो, जैसे मेल और फीमेल जैसे 2 जेंडर जो इस टाइम पे जो जुड़े हैं, तो उसके साथ साथ एक ट्रांसजेंडर्स को भी हमने जोड़ना जरूरी है। अभी मैंने कुछ ही पिछले महीने मैंने एक पिटीशन फाइल करी मैंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, ताकि हमें सेपरेट टॉयलेट चाहिए। तो ये सब देखते ही हमने क्या करे, चलो इक्वालिटी की मतलब तो सबको समानता, मानव अधिकार जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स से कहता है कि मानव अधिकार सबके लिए है, तो इक्वालिटी होना चाहिए। इक्वालिटी नहीं हो तो चलो कोई बात नहीं, अभी हम इस चित में हम उतर गए कि चलो सेपरेट ही दिया जाए। जैसे पब्लिक प्लेस में भी हमें सेपरेट टॉयलेट होना चाहिए, सेपरेट ट्रीटमेंट होना चाहिए, और सेपरेट जैसे होम अलाउंस होना चाहिए, शेल्टर होना चाहिए, और एजुकेशन के लिए सबके लिए जो दो जेंडर को जो मिल रहे हैं, मेल और फीमेल को, वो हर अधिकार हमें भी मिलना चाहिए। और उसके साथ साथ शायद क्या पता पेरेंट्स अपने पास ही रखते हैं। और मैंने महावीर सर जो हमारे हैं उनसे भी मैंने सुनी, ताकि जो इंटरसेक्स के बारे में भी बताया गए, तो इंटरसेक्स वाकई में कोई ना कोई ऐसे काउंसलिंग करना चाहिए, या कोई ना कोई ऐसे वर्कशॉप रखना चाहिए कि पैदा होते जो डॉक्टरों के बीच में पैदा होते बच्चे या मेल या फीमेल या ट्रांसजेंडर कोई पहचान नहीं सकते, ताकि इंटरसेक्स अगर बच्चा हो तो उसको 14-15 साल तक माँ बाप अपने पास रखना चाहिए, पेरेंट्स अपने पास ही रखो। तो जब 14-15 साल का होता, तो फिर जब वो मैच्योर होता है, यौवनावस्था में जाता है, तब उसका अट्रैक्शन, उसके हाव भाव देके फिर पहचाना जाता है कि वाकई में ये ट्रांस मेल है या फीमेल है, ट्रांसजेंडर है। ताकि ऐसे सारे बहुत सारे बच्चों को हमें हमारे किन्नर कम्युनिटी में दे के चले गए माँ बाप। तो वही बात है, जैसे मर्डरिस्ट को भी एक्सेप्ट कर लेते या रेपिस्ट को भी एक्सेप्ट कर लेते, या एक अपंग बच्चा भी हो उसको भी जिंदगी भर सेवा करते माँ बाप, तो हमारे जैसे बच्चों को क्यों नहीं रख पाते? अगर वो बच्चा पैदा होता है तो अगर वो बच्चा पैदा होता तो वजाइना भी रहता उसके अंदर, इंटरसेक्स में जैसे पीनस भी होता छोटा सा, तो समझ जाते कि एक किन्नर है। वो डर के मारे क्या कहते हैं, आने वाले समय में हमने बहुत बड़े बड़े प्रॉब्लम को फेस करना पड़ेगा बोल के डर के फिर हमारी कम्युनिटी में दे के चले जाते। बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे मैंने देखा गया। तो जब हमारे एक घर पे एक बच्चे देखे गए थे आज के 23 साल पहले, जब वो 14 साल के हो गए थे बच्ची, तो उसके पेट में दर्द होने लगा। तो दर्द होने लगे तो पीरियड हो रहे थे अंदर अंदर। तो हमारे दादी, हमारे जो गुरुजी जो है उनको पता नहीं लगा, तो फिर बाद में मैंने उसको बच्ची को मैं ले जाके मैंने गायनोकोलॉजिस्ट के पास ले गए, तो उन्होंने उसको समझ के एक तो लड़की है बोल के, फिर बाद में जो भी जो अनवांटेड जो ऑर्गन्स था उसको सर्जरी करके उन्होंने वजाइना शेप दे दिया हमें। तो उसके बाद वो लड़की निकली, तो फिर बाद में हमने शादी भी की, शादी भी करने के बाद 1 साल बाद उसकी बच्ची भी हो गई, बच्चा भी हो गए। तो उसकी तो 1 साल रह के फिर उसकी डेथ हो गई, लड़की की डेथ हो गई, क्योंकि बस इसी के लिए डेथ हो गई कि जब वो पीरियड हो रहे थे तो उसकी बच्चेदानी में, तो वो जो क्या जो ब्लीडिंग होता था वो सब कैंसर के रूप में वो अंदर अंदर रसोली बन के अपना वो बढ़ते गए, डेवलप होते गए। इसके लिए समझना चाहिए कि डॉक्टर को भी ये नहीं कह सकते कि गारंटी नहीं दे सकते कि पैदा होते कि ये लड़का है कि लड़की है, ट्रांसजेंडर है। तो बड़ा होने के बाद वो कुछ भी निकल सकता है, लड़का होके भी लड़का नहीं निकल सकता, या लड़की होके भी वो लड़की नहीं निकल सकती। बट क्यों नहीं समझ पा रहे हमारे देश के बड़े बड़े पढ़े लिखे लोग भी नहीं समझ पा रहे कि तो बायोलॉजिकल और कुछ होते हैं, साइकोलॉजिकल और कुछ होते हैं, चाहे कोई भी हो इसमें। इसके लिए मैं चाहती हूँ कि आने वाले दिनों में सब अपने सोच को बदलना जरूरी है, माइंडसेट बदलना जरूरी है। अगर यूनाइटेड किंगडम हो या यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका हो, तो कहीं भी हो, वहां भी रह रहे हैं इंसान, वहां भी है, यहाँ भी है इंसान, भारत में भी है। तो जन्म और मरण उनके साथ भी जुड़ा है और हमारे साथ भी जुड़ा है। बट वो इतनी आगे क्यों निकले हैं, सोच में भी आगे है, सब में आगे है वो लोग। तो उन्होंने माइंडसेट अपना जो है वो बदल चुके हैं। वो ने अपनी सोच को इतनी नीचे नहीं रखते। तो हमारी भारत के अंदर हो, बस यही जेंडर के अभी आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हो पा रहा। इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करते, ट्रांसजेंडर बच्चे 14-15 साल में अपने आप को डिस्पोरिया के शिकार हो जाते हैं, बहुत मुश्किल हो जाते हैं कि उनको, ताकि यहाँ से बचपन से तो मोलेस्टेशन हो गया, स्टिग्मा हो गया, सबके शिकार होने के बाद फिर बाद में फिर जब वो मैच्योर होता है, 13-14 साल का होता है, 15 साल का होता है, तो फिर माँ बाप भी उससे जुदा हो जाता है। माँ बाप से भी जुदा होके फिर बाद में वो निकल के एक सोसाइटी, अलग सोसाइटी में आता है, मतलब इसी बिल्कुल अकेला हो जाते तो अपने आप को बचाव करने के लिए वो ताली बजाना पड़ता है उसे। बस ये 3 रास्ता होता है उसके हाथ में, या उसको प्रोस्टिट्यूट करना पड़ता है, या बैगिंग करना पड़ता है, या बदाय पे जाना पड़ता है। वो बदाय के समाज जो है, बदाय की संस्कृति जो है, किन्नर संस्कृति, उसमें भी जल्दी उनको इन्वाइट नहीं करते, जल्दी अपनी इसमें समाज में नहीं ज्वाइन करते, क्योंकि उसके अंदर बहुत सारे रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस होता है जो अपने बनाया हुआ किन्नर कम्युनिटी के अंदर, वो सब ये फॉलो नहीं कर पाते जो नई जो ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, जो आजकल न्यू जनरेशन जो ट्रांसजेंडर्स जो है, इसके लिए वो डिस्पोरिया के शिकार होके क्या हो जाते, ये ड्रगिस्ट हो जाते, ड्रग एडिक्ट हो जाते हैं। ड्रग एडिक्ट होके बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम, मैंने आज रिसेंटली मैंने मोहाली के अंदर जो 2 साल पहले की बात है, ये एयरपोर्ट के पास जो 15-20 जो किन्नर जो है, मतलब ट्रांसजेंडर जो न्यूड हो गए थे, पब्लिक प्लेस में भी न्यूड हो गए थे। फिर उसके बाद हमने उनको ले आके यहाँ मोहाली जो सुहाना थाना है, वहाँ हमने उनको कंप्लेंट करवाया था, तो वहां भी उन्होंने नंगे हो गए थे। तो उसके बाद यहाँ तक कि अगर कोई किन्नर हो या ट्रांसजेंडर हो, अगर पुलिस थाने में अगर कोई उसका सुनवाई जाता है तो सुनवाई में भी यही हाल होते कि मेल और फीमेल को जैसे जो ट्रीट करते हैं, ऐसा हमारे किन्नर के साथ नहीं करते, क्योंकि डरते हैं, मेल और फीमेल भी डरते हैं। मगर वहां क्यों नहीं है, ये ट्रांसजेंडर वहाँ कोई ना कोई ट्रांसजेंडर कोई क्रिमिनल आता है तो उसको ट्रीट करने के लिए एक ट्रांसजेंडर को ही रखना चाहिए वहाँ जॉब के लिए, पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट में भी, तो ताकि हर इसमें होना चाहिए। तो उसके साथ साथ कोई अगर एक किन्नर या ट्रांसजेंडर को अगर मर्डर हो जाते है, उसका अगर मर जाता है, तो कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी नहीं हो पाता है, उसका अच्छी तरह कार्रवाई नहीं हो पाता, तो किन्नर या ट्रांसजेंडर समझ के इग्नोर कर दिया जाते। क्यों ऐसे रवैया क्यों? तो हर राइट्स मिलना चाहिए, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है, ताकि सब एजुकेटेड क्वालिफाइड इतने बड़े बड़े अधिकारी हैं, इतने बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, ताकि मानव अधिकार जब यही कहना चाहते तो फिर हमारे साथ ऐसे रवैया क्यों है? अगर रिहैबिलिटेशन में जाओ, वहां भी भेदभाव है कि सिर्फ मेल और फीमेल को ही रिहैबिलिटेशन मतलब नशा मुक्ति केंद्र में रखते, किन्नर को या ट्रांसजेंडर को वो रखने में भेदभाव जरूर करेंगे, हम नहीं रखते। तो बहुत मुश्किल हो रही जिंदगी। बस यही कहते कि मालिक हमें अगले जन्म किन्नर ना कीजियो, हमें अगले जन्म हमें ट्रांसजेंडर ना कीजियो। बस यही बात है कि एक्सेप्टेंस और एजुकेशन और इक्वालिटी और मेन स्ट्रीम्स, ये 4 बातें जो हैं, ये हर कदम कदम पे हर लोगों तक पहुंचाना मेरा यही डायरेक्शन है, यही मेरा टारगेट है। नमस्कार सर।
थैंक यू काजल जी। आपके व्यू पॉइंट सुन के हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा, और मैं आशा करता हूं कि हमारे जितने भी ऑडियंस हैं उन्होंने भी आपका ये सेशन जो है बहुत पसंद किया होगा। मैं आपसे एक गुजारिश करूंगा कि अभी रिसेंटली आपने एक प्रॉब्लम जो थी वो हमारे आगे रखी थी कि जिसमें कुछ ट्रांसजेंडर्स जो हैं उनका शायद मर्डर हुआ है, तो
हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
जी, तो क्या आप उसके ऊपर कुछ थोड़ा सा बात करना चाहेंगे कि?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। वो बच्चे भी अभी बहुत सारे ट्रांसजेंडर मेरे पास आ रहे कि हमें भी ऐसा कोई ना कोई लाइसेंस दिलवा दो, ताकि हम भी एक दुकान लगा लेंगे। और उसके साथ साथ जैसे सरकार हमें और थोड़ा सा बढ़ा के, थोड़ा लोन के अमाउंट जो होता है वो थोड़ा बड़ा करना चाहिए, और उसके साथ साथ जो उन्होंने जो फॉर्मेलिटीज मांगते हैं वो थोड़ा सा कम कर देना चाहिए, ताकि वो फॉर्मेलिटीज को कनेक्ट करते 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 उनका जिंदगी गुजर जाता है, तो जुड़ते नहीं है, या पैन कार्ड हो गया या वो हो गया ये हो गया, बहुत मुश्किल हो रही। ताकि एक तो जेंडर मेल या फीमेल के लिए तो ये इजी है, बट एक ट्रांसजेंडर्स के लिए बहुत मुश्किल बात है कि वो अपनी फॉर्मेलिटीज कनेक्ट करते करते जोड़ते जोड़ते वो उसका वक्त गुजर जाता है।
थैंक यू काजल जी। हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप आज इतना बिजी होने के बावजूद भी हमारे साथ जुड़ी। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir.
So
Thank you
friends,
so much.
now we'll move to the question and answers. We have with us 4 questions, and I would request our panelists to kindly answer the questions because of your area of expertise. The first question that we have received is why the government is not planning to set a platform for skill training for this community. So as in India, we may never see them begging or dancing for money. And can it may be possible that the couples who are unable to have babies may adopt one child from this particular community? I'll request Dr. Monica Singh, Mahavir sir, Gautam ji, and Kajal ji to kindly comment on this.
Sumit, as far as policy matters are concerned, one can only recommend the things. Decision has to be taken by the government. Sometimes it has to be taken to the legislature also. Yes, we can at least initiate a recommendations can be forwarded if the community put something in black and white that these are the problems being faced by them. They can bring it before the transgender board. It can be noted down in the proceedings so that the same things go in black and white to the higher authorities and the things can be taken to logical conclusion. Though it will take some time, but that is the right procedure. Otherwise, we may discuss all these things at various platforms, but unless we forward the things in writing, it's difficult that they are actually implemented. As I referred to the Nalsa judgment, it was way back in 2014. 6 years have gone, but despite that, things are almost same. The title says status quo. It is status quo in real sense. I think others should respond. This is my view.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your comments.
I'll just come to the please, sir. I'll just come to the second part of this regarding the adoption part, which has been mentioned. I just want to add one thing in this, that at least it is a very good suggestion, regarding adoption, that at least one child should be adopted by the parents who can afford to, or even we can go for the foster care as well for this. But what I feel is that the way we have this committee which has been constituted, the transgenders committee, all what I want to suggest is in this that at least the parents of all such kind of the children, the moment they are born, at least they should be sensitized. The parents, because this is the first step, the very beginning of the of this thing when it starts off. So at least they should this particular committee should have a particular list. They should conduct survey as to how many of the parents have such kind of children, right? And at least they should have they themselves. They should go for this counseling thing first, and then at least they should get sensitized as to how to bring up their kids in a very normal manner, and how the governments and all how the departments like social welfare department can help them out by giving them benefits. So I think this is one suggestion what I really want to keep in front of the dignitaries today.
Right. Thank you, Gautam ji. Our second question.
I would
ma'am,
also just like to add one thing over here, that first and foremost, this is a very good thing that if adoption happens and if anybody is ready to adopt, it's a very positive step. And also foster care is a very good thing, because in foster care you are it will also be working both ways. It will be helping the transgender as well as the couple who will be undertaking this foster care. And I feel as regards the government's policies, the skill-based training is a very good step, in which they will not have to, if they are trained for different kinds of skills, then they can really be coming up in the informal sector. So I feel this is if the government can think on these terms, it will really be of very good help to the transgenders.
Right, ma'am. Thank you very much for your viewpoint, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so we have another question that because of this COVID-19 situation, what actually the transgender community they have suffered. मैं यहाँ पर काजल जी से भी गुजारिश करूंगा कि एक बार इसके ऊपर वो बात करें कि कोविड-19 सिचुएशन के चलते जो ट्रांसजेंडर्स हैं उनकी जिंदगी में क्या बदलाव आए हैं, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स उन्होंने फेस करी हैं।
सर, जो कोविड-19 की टाइम पे जो भी जो प्रॉब्लम्स आया है, बहुत सारा प्रॉब्लम्स ट्रांसजेंडर के ऊपर ही आया है। जो किन्नर समाज जो है, किन्नर समाज के अंदर तो उनके पास तो दो पैसा अगर सेविंग करके रखे रहते थे ना, वो सब उनका खर्चा भी हो गया। बहुत सारे किन्नर अपना पैसे से जो राशन खरीद के तो लोगों को, जो जरूरतमंदों को राशन भी बांटा गया। बट जो ट्रांसजेंडर जो बच्चे हैं उनके लिए तो किन्नर नहीं बांटे, ताकि किन्नर और ट्रांसजेंडर में बहुत ज्यादा अंतर है कि वो नहीं जोड़ने देते, ताकि वो अलग सोच रखते किन्नर, वो ट्रांसजेंडर अलग सोच रखते। तो रह गई जो ट्रांसजेंडर्स की जो प्रॉब्लम्स जो बहुत था यहाँ, तो जो कोविड-19 के टाइम पे बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स के फेस करे उन्होंने। तो मैं जितना हो सके उतना मैंने भी हेल्प करी, मैंने यहाँ से चंडीगढ़ से। और उसके साथ साथ मैंने अपना जो ट्रांसजेंडर वेलफेयर बोर्ड से भी मैंने चंडीगढ़ से बहुत रिक्वेस्ट करी, बस उन्होंने लिखवाए, सब कुछ किए, बट कोई इतनी जो मेरे को उम्मीद था इतना हेल्प नहीं कर पाए ट्रांसजेंडर वेलफेयर बोर्ड की तरफ से। मुझे बहुत बड़ी मलाल है इसके लिए। तो बहुत फेस किए, और उसके बाद हमने फिर कुछ नाम कनेक्ट करके हमने जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो उन्होंने एक लिंक भेजे थे उसमें हमने भेजे, तो फिर 1500 रुपए उन्होंने सिर्फ 3 महीने के 1500 रुपए दिए थे एक ट्रांसजेंडर्स को। वो भी कुछ ट्रांसजेंडर्स को अकाउंट में पैसे आए थे।
I have a suggestion out here कि जैसे मैम बताते हैं ना, इट्स अ वेरी जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम इन द सेंस, अभी हम कोविड-19 सिचुएशन को अगर निकाल भी दें, इवन अदरवाइज as I know, Chandigarh administration considers the HIV community as those persons living below poverty line. Even the transgenders can also be given the same benefit as BPL. They should have BPL cards so that whatever is assured by the government of India in that BPL scheme, that should be given to all the transgender community registered either through the board or through the DERA. I mean, this is a way how they can be financially helped. This one suggestion. That's
Thank you, sir. Very relevant suggestion, sir. Okay, so there is another question with us. How we can reduce social stigma and discrimination against the transgender in our society?
I think we have to start with ourselves. हर चीज अपने आप से शुरू करोगे तो समाज में बदलाव आएगा। अगर हम एक दूसरे की तरफ देखेंगे कैसे करेंगे तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, अब तक कुछ नहीं हुआ। मैंने कहा ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी कहा कि वी शुड से सॉरी, मतलब सिंपली सॉरी कहने से तो बात नहीं बनेगी। आप ऑन रिकॉर्ड हम ले आए आज अपने वेबिनार में कि हम भी माफी मांगते हैं, बट माफी मांगने से बात क्या होगी? यू कांट बी हेल्पलेस। आई थिंक वी हैव टू सेंसिटाइज राइट फ्रॉम आवरसेल्व्स, आवर फैमिली। अपने बच्चों को थोड़ा सेंसिटाइज करें, बिकॉज हम वी हैव ऑलरेडी लिव्ड आवर लाइफ, मिड एज आ चुके हैं, पर जो प्रेजुडिस सोसाइटी में है, आई थिंक वी कैन सेंसिटाइज आवर चिल्ड्रन, उनको बताएं दे आर आल्सो वन अमंग अस, व्हाट इज द इशू। आई मीन आप बिलो 10 इयर्स के जो बच्चे हैं, दे आर वेरी क्यूरियस आल्सो एंड दे विल नॉट टेक इट इन सम अदर वे। आई मीन थोड़े ग्रोन अप थोड़ा मजाक में ले जाएंगे। बिल्कुल प्राइमरी लेवल पे अगर स्कूल एजुकेशन में ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी के बारे में पार्ट ऑफ EWS आई थिंक एक सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाते हैं स्कूलों में, उसमें you introduce to this third gender कि why they are called third gender। आप स्कूल एजुकेशन में अगर आप प्राइमरी लेवल पे इस चीज को इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे, दैट इज द वे वी कैन ब्रिंग चेंज इन द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन। बिकॉज हम तो एक सेटअप है, माइंड सेटअप है, हम जब खुद चेंज करेंगे बहुत टाइम लगेगा, एंड वी ऑल आर बिजी, और हमारा इतना ज्यादा सोसाइटी में इंटरेक्शन नहीं है, बिकॉज वी ऑल आर विद इन आवर ओन मैनर। हर किसी की अपनी अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है, बट इफ वी इंट्रोड्यूस समथिंग इन curriculum at primary level in the schools, I think children will start at least thinking कि हाँ कुछ है, there is something, this logic, why they are different, and they'll start accepting. That's my view.
I have something to say.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I feel that like the social media can play a very big role in this. Like we have these soap operas and we have advertisements. So in different states and different like through different media, we can circulate information about them. which can be like which can be running daily, and which can also have advertisements, such as people who are having small scale industries or whatever, who can offer them or encourage the people to include them, like policy of inclusion, to include them in whatever area they are working in, if they have businesses, whatever they are having, so that their acceptance is there. And what Shri Mahavir ji said, so we should start from ourselves, and the civil society needs to first accept them. The stigma part has to go, only then it is possible. I feel, yesterday I was taking a lecture for the police academy officials. So they asked me, ma'am, आपका जो subject social work है, तो हर एक जना कहता है मैं social worker हूँ. So when I explained to them कि what are we as social workers, like we are trained social workers, and जो social work करते हैं, I explained them the difference. So I feel कि लोगों को अभी यही नहीं difference पता कि हम बात करते हैं कि लोग बधाई मांगने आते हैं या कोई street पे beg कर रहे हैं, तो difference needs to be also the segregated, and the difference needs to be told and explained to people, because people still don't know transgenders exactly what exactly it means. Because जैसे काजल मैम ने अभी बताया था कि उनको नहीं पता कि ट्रांसजेंडर्स और इसमें क्या फर्क है, और किसको क्या राइट्स मिलने चाहिए, और किस तरह से उसको एड्रेस करना है इश्यूज को. सो आई फील कि एक्सेप्टेंस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग, then civil society needs to come forward to accept them in, and people, everybody right from their own doorstep needs to pitch in, and social media can play a very big role. Like transport system can have advertisements, then schools of social work, then psychology, then I mean universities and schools and colleges, everybody can contribute to this, to overcome this obstacle, and to include and the policy of inclusion needs to be addressed at every sphere.
Thank you very much, ma'am. काजल जी आप इसके ऊपर कुछ बात करना चाहेंगे? काजल जी?
हाँ जी
जी, आप इसके ऊपर कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
सर नहीं, मैं बहुत कुछ कहना चाहती सर, इनके बहुत अच्छी तरह बात की मैम ने. तो हाँ जी, सही बात है. अगर जितने हो सके, जैसे आप लोग ट्रांसजेंडर्स के लिए अगर कुछ उनको अपने पैरों पे आप खड़े होके काम करना हो तो बहुत कुछ प्रोवाइड कर सकते सर सरकार ने. या कैंटीन हो गया, अभी रिसेंटली हमने चेन्नई के अंदर जैसे एक कैंटीन ट्रांसजेंडरों ने अपनी तरफ से उन्होंने खोले हैं. तो उनके लिए जो फाइनेंशियली जो हेल्प किया है, तो ऐसे यहाँ भी फाइनेंशियली हेल्प करना चाहिए. बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे करते कि हमें लोन दिला दो ताकि हमने ब्यूटिशियन का हमने वो करवाना है, हमें ये करवाना. वो ऑलरेडी वो रिहर्सल कर चुके, उसकी जो ब्यूटिशियन का जो भी कोर्स है वो कर चुके होते, बट उनको दोबारा जैसे कोर्स दिलवा के फिर बाद में अगर उनको लोन मिलता तो वो बहुत लॉन्ग हो जाते. फिर उनकी जो इनकम सोर्स जो है वही ब्यूटिशियन की तरफ से होता है. फिर वो या ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं कि अपना काम करते हैं, उनके वो भी तो मुश्किल हो जाती है. इसके लिए उनको कोई ना कोई, जैसे हर इसमें बिजनेस में भी उनको हेल्प करना चाहिए वाकई में फाइनेंशियली सर. यही चाहती हूँ मैं, ताकि लोगों के अंदर बदलाव ला सकते हैं कि एक ट्रांसजेंडर भी बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, चाहे वो स्टिचिंग में हो या बुटीक में हो या वो होटल लाइन में हो या कोई भी बिजनेस में भी उनको हेल्प करना चाहिए सरकार जैसी.
Thank you, Kajal ji.
Sumit, I would just like to add one thing here. मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ कि अगर हम स्टेट वाइज भी देखेंगे तो आई हैव डन माय एजुकेशन फ्रॉम साउथ ओनली. तो मैंने वहाँ पे देखा है कि वेदर इट्स ट्रांसजेंडर्स और इट्स स्किनर्स, people touch their feet also. It's not that everybody makes fun of them. In South, whether it's Bangalore, whether it's Tamil Nadu and all, they really kind of touch their feet, and मतलब उनकी respect भी की जाती है. ये भी एक point I wanted to point out over here. I've seen this also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yes.
Sumit sir, I am audible?
Yes.
सर मेरा एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है, एक सजेशन भी है. जैसे हम कोई भी सोशल काम करते हैं तो उसके लिए एक हम सर्वे करते हैं. तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, क्या हम ट्रांसजेंडर के लिए एक सर्वे हो जाए, उनकी नीड्स पता लग जाए, उनको क्या जरूरत है, किसके लिए हमें काम करना चाहिए ज्यादा, तो ये थोड़ा सा बेहतर हो जाएगा इनके लिए.
Thank you, Yogesh. हम लोगों ने ये पॉइंट जो है ये नोट किया है और जो भी सजेशंस हमें आ रही हैं वो हम नोट
In
कर रहे
fact, I
हैं
just
और हम
mentioned about this only, particular thing only regarding the surveys and all. What the transgender board can do is they can actually identify such areas जहाँ पे और else जिनके ऐसे अगर बच्चे अगर हो रहे हैं ऐसे वो at least वो survey अगर हम conduct करें and if we identify such areas कि कहाँ पे ये areas ज़्यादा हैं या कहाँ पे इतना है तो survey के according we can just work on this because government schemes are very much there. Even our own this NASA scheme is also very much there regarding the human trafficking and the victims जो इसमें हैं. तो उसके according भी अगर survey अगर conduct किया जाए तो we can work on that.
I have also one more suggestion, Sumit ji.
Yes sir.
जैसे स्किल इंडिया मूवमेंट है, चंडीगढ़ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, आई थिंक विवेक जी भी उस चीज से जुड़े हुए हैं. बड़ी हम स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग्स दिला रहे हैं. There are around 16 trades in which people are being given training. I think आप आइडेंटिफाई करके मंगल मुखी एमएक्स जी हैं और हैं वो अपने एक दो बैचेस में उनकी ट्रेनिंग कराई जाए ताकि वो सेल्फ सफिशिएंट हो, सेल्फ फाइनेंस अपना काम इंडिपेंडेंटली शुरू करें. बिकॉज उसमें स्किल इंडिया प्रोग्राम में जहाँ तक मुझे ध्यान आता है कि आपको ट्रेनिंग के बाद वो जो नेसेसरी टूल किट है वो भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं और 1 साल के लिए आपको जॉब भी दिलवाते हैं. उस जो भी आपको ट्रेन करता है उसको पेमेंट तभी होती है जब आप उस जॉब में सस्टेन करते हैं कि एक बार दिलाई और छोड़ दी और अपनी फीस लेके चले गए. आई थिंक थोड़ा हम कम्युनिटी को भी मोटिवेट करेंगे अपने जो डेरा में जो इनके साथी हैं वो इस स्किल इंडिया डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम में इन्वॉल्व हों. अपने कोई जो भी स्किल इनको ठीक लगती है, स्टिचिंग है, मेहंदी राइटिंग, ब्राइडल वो है, मतलब जिस भी उसमें हेयर ड्रेसिंग में आई हैव सीन ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी डूइंग वेल. बहुत जो ट्रांसजेंडर्स हैं दे आर वेरी रनिंग हेयर सलून्स. तो आई थिंक जिस भी स्किल जो उनको सूट करती है उसमें जो चॉइस एज पर देयर टेस्ट दे कैन जॉइन इट एंड द गवर्नमेंट विल हेल्प देम. इनको खुद एप्लीकेशन देके करना. आई थिंक उसको कोई ज्यादा लंबा चौड़ा काम नहीं. इट्स समथिंग वेरी इजी टू हैंडल.
Yes sir. Thank you sir. Thank you for the valuable points. Okay, now I would request the audience to drop some questions. We can take 1 or 2 questions because these questions were emailed to us before this this particular webinar. So this is now open to all of us. In case if we have questions, we are ready to take 1 or 2 questions, open house questions. So audience, in case if you have questions, please. So one thing I would like to add here is that, yeah, Neeta ji, please go ahead.
You see, the main thing over here, what I found was, even people being educated, there is still lack of awareness, you see. And the awareness is there because they are hidden in a closet. You see, so that's why I just now was writing the feedback form. And my suggestion is that, acceptance it's very difficult for people to accept something that they are not aware of at a very later stage. So the exposure should be there right from the beginning. So if you have schools and colleges and if supposed to be an educated institutions, how educated are they? If they can't even accept children, you see? So this is something, this mindset has to be changed. I feel this was a wonderful webinar and you should have more repetitive of these with all walks of life. Because people who are unaware or don't want to talk about it, they should be exposed to it. You see, that is what. It is not maaf karo and all thing and aage badho. This is the attitude we have. You see, so this has to be overcome, and this can only come with more webinars. And now, in a way, you can say the lockdown has proven to be a boon because we are interacting. Like I'm sitting here and interacting in this because I've come to know about it. So these webinars should be more often and people from all walks of life should be targeted, should be included and should be asked to join in whether it's through compulsion or whatever it is, but the message has to go across to all levels. And children, I've been an educator all through my life. I've brought in children in my school who was differently abled, and but if you speak to the children, if you make them understand you in the simplest way, they are very willing and very acceptable to all kinds of, so that thing has to be inculcated. But of course, whoever is heading the institute should also be in the same line. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Neeta ji. Very relevant.
I would like to add one thing more.
Yeah,
Like
Gautam.
at least what we can do is like, even like if we have board or anything, like if such thing can be constituted, at least this particular thing can be categorized into 3 to 4 tiers. Say like if a child is born, right, from that 0 to 5 years, or probably 5 to 10 or 15 years, that can be a first tier, in which the schemes or the government policies can be taken up. And likewise, like from 16 to 25 years of this category, like they should have their own particular policies, and that like the board can work on this particular thing. Likewise, at least this will be very much easy, and it will be easy, it will be convenient for the board as well as for the person who is related to this particular problem, the issues which are being faced. So at least there should be a tiered system, because we are talking about right to education, we are talking about the jobs and all. At least the board should constitute such kind of committees further. Subcommittees should be formed. At least they should identify, and after conducting the surveys, and that can be done by either way. Even they should have engaged some counselors as well in those particular areas.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Gautam ji. Okay. In case if there is any question, just last question we can take, because we're already running short of time now. And in case if there is a question, we're ready to address that. All right. So one thing is there, we have understood this, that we have to start from ourselves. Okay. So these days that like Government of India has come up with a lot of, flagship schemes. So one scheme is the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and we can see in the majority of the pictures, they are school children, particularly government school children, who are sweeping on the streets along with their teachers, So it is indeed very good for all of us to teach our children, but how many of us as parents will allow our children to sweep? We are not, socializing them in such a way. I'll give you an example that schools in Japan and Korea, they don't have any sweepers or any person who clean the toilets. It is the children and the teachers, they have a day and they have to clean the toilets, the bathrooms by themselves. So we have a very different orientation towards this, because being in India, we have different ideas, different mindsets, and we will never allow our children to go for it. So it is, of course, it depends on us how we see the things. We have this constructive framework with us, will allow our children to learn new things. Another thing, there is a question in the chat box that we should not touch their feet with the transgenders. So friends, in down south, as Dr. Monica has also rightly pointed out, that they are taken as people, they call them Ardhanareshwar, so their blessings means a lot for many people, and this is why when a child is born, particularly a male child is born, or is there any marriage ceremony that has concluded, the transgenders, they arrive and they shower their blessings. So it is an option. I mean, touching their feet is not a mandate. It can be an option. It is your belief, So if you have a belief, you can go for it. Otherwise, at least we should, give them respect. We should not disrespect them. So friends, I think, the time is short with us. And now I would request Rajiv to give the concluding remarks. To vote of thanks. Over to Rajiv, please.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit. Thank you for this opportunity. And I express my heartfelt gratitude to Shri Mahabir Singh, Additional District Judge, cum Member Secretary, State Legal Services Authority, for accepting our request to be a chief guest for this virtual dialogue, Series 3 on UN 75 2020, and behind shaping our future together with the theme of status quo of transgender issue, challenges, and way forward. Jointly organized by Association of Professional Social Worker and Development Practitioners, APSWDP, and State Legal Services Authority, Chandigarh, Sri Mahabir Singh is a towering and humble personality and a great source of inspiration for all of us. He has enlightened us by the virtue of his thought-provoking ideas and social legal issues pertaining to the transgender rights. My sincere thanks to Dr. Monica Singh, Head and Associate Professor, Center for Social Work, Punjab University, Chandigarh, special guest for the program, for contributing her valuable time and idea on transgender issues. She is a president of APSWDP and has been guiding us in diverse initiatives ranging from the environment protections, health, education, urbanizations, youth issues of de-addictions, etc. Her wisdom and guidance has been a great source of motivation for the entire APSWDP fraternity. As a goal setter, Dr. Monica always boosts us to work tirelessly for achieving the objective and initiative of this association. I extend my special thanks to our panelists who agreed to be a part of dialogue in spite of their tight schedule and commitment. I'm grateful, Ms. Kajal Mangalmukhi, for putting forth a real story and case of transgender community and how the quest of survival has made their journey of struggle grimmer. From her word, it's appear that a transgender in India are the visually invisible community who have no worth in socialism and for which they are striving hard to get recognitions. I'm also obliged Sri Gautam Bhardwaj agreed to join us at a very 11th hours, and despite his busy schedule, he agreed to share his knowledge and expert opinion with regards to the present status of transgender community and their struggle in society. The provision shared by Sri Bhardwaj is certainly going to enhance the understanding on legal aspects associated with this topic. Dear friends and professionals, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling week before of day and night. If require immense planning and eye for details, we are fortunate to mentored and guided by our eminent member from the various domain and backed by the team, very motivated, dedicated, and result-oriented colleague of APSWDP. I thank the entire organizing team comprising with Shri Hitesh Kumar Gulati ji, Dr. Sumit Arora, Shri Navneet Trivedi ji for their tremendous effort, meticulous planning, and timely execution of the program. Through these past year, we all have discovered and devoted ourselves to our passion, growing immensely. As a result, in our mindset, we have grown under the mentorship of eminent members hailing from such a diverse background. Our family now constituted with the senior bureaucrats from the administrative services, senior eminent professors, medical scientists, social scientists, professional social worker, development practitioner, entrepreneurship, consultant from bilateral and multi-lateral agencies, activities, and students. So I would I'd like to thank Shri Vivek Trivedi ji, founder of APSWDP, for igniting the passion to work harder on diversity of social issues. As a social worker for a development practitioner, he has played a role in the execution of this dialogue. Last but not the least, I am thankful to everyone for showing their their keen interest in this event, without which none of us would have come this far. And a grand applause for everyone present here. Please free to reach us on apswdp@gmail.com, and also log in on to apswdp.org for more information. And also request everyone can fill the feedback form. We have shared this link on chat box also, WhatsApp group also. So thank you again everyone, and over to you, Dr. Sumit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajiv. This is indeed a pleasure to have all the participants here in this social dialogue. I'm actually glad to have you all here. And I thanks Mahavir sir and Dr. Monica ma'am for joining us despite their busy schedule. Also, my sincere thanks to Bhardwaj ji and Kajal ji for joining us, and to all the participants. It was a wonderful session, and we look forward to involve all of you in our future dialogues also. So thank you once again, and I'll request you to drop your feedback on the feedback form, and it would be, it will give an opportunity to, look how the seminar was, how this webinar went, and what all things are required in our future webinars. So once again, thank you very much. All right, friends, we are now looking forward to have a group photograph. So I'll request all of you to kindly on your videos. We'll have a group photograph. Kindly on your videos, please. Just for 2 to 3 minutes, we'll try to complete this process. I'll request all the participants to please on their videos. We are looking forward to have group picture. And बस वही आपको एक बार मैंने around 2:30 पे वही on Zoom, so that 10 मिनट हम लोग आपस में बात करेंगे around the so Zoom link में मतलब आपसे शुरू किया Okay, friends, we are through with this process of group pictures. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your
Thank you.
valuable suggestions, your valuable time. And we will be sharing the report of this event very soon.
Thank you. So nice. Okay, take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. इसकी chat copy करें. Fast feedback so